Hello,
Hi,
Sam. What is your name?
Randy.
Good. Where are you from?
I was born in Los Angeles, California,
Interesting.
USA.
Okay. So I want us to talk about traveling by boat.
Yeah,
Interesting. Okay. Is this your boat?
this is my boat, yes.
Okay. Do you travel often by boat?
Yes, I travel a lot by boat.
Okay. Where do you travel?
I've traveled virtually all the way around the world with the exception of from Panama to Hawaii. That's the one leg. I've been around the world on boats.
Okay. What was your longest boat trips?
From Honolulu to here in Thailand, Krabi, Thailand, which was about 8,500 nautical miles.
How long have you had this boat?
This boat I've had 1 week.
1 week.
1 week.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
brand new.
Are boat trips popular in your country?
Yes. I was raised in California, but I moved to Hawaii many years ago, and in both places, boats are very popular, especially in Hawaii being an island state. That's how everyone used to get around, was by boat.
Okay. Where in your country do people most often travel by boat?
Well, in Hawaii, it would be between the islands and between cities. In California, travel isn't so common. It's more of a recreational situation. It's not where people are truly traveling from city to city. But in Hawaii, travel by boat is very common.
Interesting. Do many people in your country own their own boat?
Um, Not so many. And when you speak of my country, it gets a little confusing because Hawaii is so different than the United States. They're owned more for recreation. They're owned more for social, for the weekend party. That's my experience, and for actually going out to sea. There are other countries that have more true sailors. I look at New Zealand as an example. It has people that are serious about sailing, and they get out and they really do travel and go places. In my own country, the United States, it's more of a recreation, a weekend thing.
Okay. What are the advantages of traveling by boat?
Well, if you're traveling by sailboat, the advantage is that you can go long distances for very little or no fuel, no expense in that regard. If you're traveling by powerboat, the advantages really are just more of a personal feeling, and if that's what you enjoy as a life.
Okay. Have you ever had problems traveling by boat?
Most times at sea, I've encountered problems. Yeah, it's just part of the whole scenario. You have problems. Boats have problems. Boats break. Situations come up. It's very common. It would be very unusual to go anywhere on a boat and not have a problem.
Okay. How do you stay safe when traveling by boat?
You stay safe by being very well prepared. So you spend days, weeks, months, years preparing before you leave. You think everything through over and over again of what could happen, and then you're ready with a backup plan.
Sound good. How does it feel to own a boat? How does it feel to own a boat?
Well, if it's your thing, if you're comfortable on a boat, if you're comfortable on the water, if you like the whole experience, in some regards, I don't think there's anything better. But you have to be of that type of mindset. You know, there's a lot of people that are not comfortable at all being around water. So it really depends on, you know, your makeup. For me, there's nothing better than a sailboat.
Okay. Have you ever been attacked by pirates?
I've never been attacked. I've been chased by what appeared to be pirates
Yes.
in the South China Sea, in the Saiao Straits, south of Mindanao, the Philippines. There was about an hour period where someone was definitely trying to get us to stop, but I didn't.
That's good. Are you afraid of big waves?
Yes, I respect big waves. I'm a surfer, and so I've grown up in waves, and I know what waves can do. At sea, it can a storm, waves created by storm can be very dangerous, and I've been there, been in a cyclone. It's not something I would go out of my way to do ever again.
Okay. What do you do when there's big waves?
Depends where you are. If you're out in the middle of the ocean and you have room to go away from it, that's the smartest thing to do. Sometimes you're up close to a shoreline or an island, you can't do that, and you have to get to the leeward side of the island for protection, or just somehow get away from it, whatever you can do. Going down sea and downwind is, if you have room, is the safest thing to do. You can also deploy a sea anchor. There are different tricks, heaving to. There are different tricks that you learn that you can survive storms, and you can even be down below and just let the boat take care of itself. But you have to be in the middle of the ocean for those type of maneuvers.
Okay. How old were you when you started traveling by boat?
How old?
How old were you when you started traveling on boat?
My real experience started when I was about 22 or so. I started sailing when I was 14. I sailed outriggers off at the beach in Malibu, California. Malibu outrigger, 18 foot. And used to sail it all around. I sailed from Santa Barbara to San Diego to Avalon, Catalina. Used to sail this outrigger all over. But to really start traveling, I was about 22, and I started delivering boats up and down the West Coast, the States, and down into Mexico, San Francisco to Acapulco, trips like that. And then I ended up sailing to Hawaii twice from the West Coast, from California.
So in total, how long have you been traveling by boat? About approximately how many years?
About 50 years.
About 50 years.
Yeah.
Wow. What inspires you to start traveling by boat?
I think it grew out of surfing and sailing the outriggers. And sailing an outrigger was very much a surfing experience. We rode waves all the time. And it just the freedom of it all, you know. There's just a freedom of expression and being alone and being at sea, and not having anyone tell you what to do, and not hear engines running. There's magic to it.
Okay. Is it easy to sail this boat?
Is it easy?
Yes, to sail this boat. Is it difficult or easy?
To sail properly takes some time. It takes some experience. And ideally, it'd be great to have a good teacher to help you figure things out in the beginning. I learned the hard way in some regards, but I also sailed with some really good captains that taught me a lot, and I read everything I could get my hands on. And all of that has helped over the long run.
Okay. What do you have any advice for somebody who wants to travel by boat? want to travel and live on a boat like you?
If you're a beginner, take some lessons and rent or charter boats. Don't go out and buy a boat. Learn by the more inexpensive way, by charter or rent, and see if it's your thing. See if it's what clicks for you. It might not. You might get seasick and never want to go back.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Thanks for talking with me.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate your time.
Nice to meet you, Sam.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.
Aloha.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.